most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, today you want to talk about how to squat properly.
Right,
And,
exactly.
Are we going to do the butt wink?
Yeah.
I did give a little wink right there, Brad.
Wasn't that cute?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the quote-unquote butt wink.
Yeah.
Butt wink. Is it good or bad? But let's talk about the mechanics about it and what's it really doing to your low back, and is it going to be good for you in the long run?
Right.
Okay, I've talked to some people who lift weights, and they really do like to get down in the squat as far as they can where the butt does wink, so to speak. You get that posterior tilt. So we're going to get into detail on that, what you're really doing to your back. Is it good or you're bad? But
Right.
first of all, let's talk about the squat in general. I think the squat is a wonderful exercise because you're working big muscle groups, you're working balance, you're working hips, core a little bit,
Getting some back strength.
quadriceps, hamstrings. Yeah. It really is a good overall strengthening exercise, and that's why so many people do it, and that's particularly athletes.
Right.
You know, whether you're in track and you're trying to get speed, or you're in football and you're working for that agility, strength, and speed, everyone is doing the squat.
It even provides good carryover as to what position you should be in an athletic event, Brad. If you get your squat right, then that carries over to your athletic event. So when you're in basketball or football, you start off with this position.
Exactly, exactly. One thing I do want to talk about when we're talking about posture with the squat, we'll just get into the basic posture first. But before we do, Bob, there's some people out here that haven't seen our channel yet.
If you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe. Hit the subscribe buttons right over here in the corner.
You're the first side, yeah.
Right over, yeah. And we upload a video every day, and they're videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, really wide variety of topics.
Exactly. So let's look at the squat. We have it here. You have your bar here, and obviously we're using our PVC pipe for a model. If you look down at the red line here, you want to get square. Shoulder width or a little bit wider. Feet down on the ground. Line up your toes on one line. Obviously, you don't have a line a lot of times, but just get square.
I think it's not a bad idea to put a line down, Brad, wouldn't you say?
It can be a good way to start out.
Yeah, to know that you're square.
Yep. And then your knees and your hips. If you do a visual as you bend down, your knees should hit that line at the same time. In other words, you're not going to go like this. If you squat, some people may do this without even realizing.
Yeah, they're turning.
Yep, they go to their strong side or their weak side and they compensate without even knowing about it.
Maybe not that much, but even it's just subtle. You know, it's a slight turn.
Right. I'm exaggerating so we can see it.
Right.
Okay, but that's important so we stay square. And then we're talking about the chest out and the head up. Bob, can you do that line on the back? And we're going to talk about maintaining a healthy back, because obviously when you're lifting weights, you're doing it for the health, the strength, and to impress the girls for those younger guys. Right. So we're going to go down and maintain that.
And look how he's keeping contact on all these positions here. Like lift wrong once, Brad. Like if you're like bent forward, too far forward. You know, now I'm only contacting here in the center. I'm contacting here. You know, you need to get the line. You want to picture the straight line all the way along the back of the neck.
You bet. Okay.
Do we want to show on the knee too, Brad, right away?
Sure, you bet. Looking at it from this point of view, here we can actually use this, it'll show up better. Actually, I'll just pretend I got that thing, the bar. If the knee starts to go way forward in this position compared to this vertical plumb line, we're getting too far forward.
Right.
We're really putting a lot of stress on the knee, particularly the patella on the patellofemoral joint. And we want to maintain good, healthy knees so you don't need a knee replacement by the time you're 60. And so we're going in that versus
going beyond
this, right. So those are the
and the other thing would be, Brad, that you don't want the knee to collapse this way or this way, right?
Go ahead, do that. You demonstrate that one.
So I'm going down.
Yeah.
You know, and that's usually the way they tend to fault.
Right. And some people will both want to go in together.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right. Something like this. That's terrible stress on the knee.
Right.
So
exactly. Again, it's all the mechanics. Get your basic mechanics down first.
A lot of times it'd be helpful is if you did have someone watching you and looking at you as you're doing these things.
Absolutely. Because what you think, it's like when you're golfing, you think you got a good stroke, and then someone watches that, knows what they're doing, and they go, oh my God.
Or a videotape.
Sure.
Is very helpful.
You bet.
Everybody's got videotape on their phone now, so you can go ahead and you know,
take
a shot of it.
Now, Bob, I want to go into the butt wink part.
All right.
Okay. So you've actually got that tape on your...
No, I took it off.
Oh, you took that off? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at the pelvis, and as we squat down, and once you get to a certain point, usually about when your femurs are getting to level with the floor and you get past that, your pelvis will posteriorly tilt, which changes the mechanics, particularly on the low back. And low back is one of the biggest problems, low back pain is one of the biggest problems in our society.
Should we want to show on the spine?
Sure, exactly.
So let's go up.
Yeah, let's get up close.
Right about there, Lonnie. So what he's talking about is here, this pelvis is actually turned this way when you get down in the lower squat. And when that turns this way, that's putting a flexor strain on the back.
Yeah, right in here, and we're going to look at the disc in particular. Right. Everyone's heard about herniated discs, putting pressure on the disc. And the butt wink, when you go down and you posteriorly tilt,
like that,
and then you add a couple 100 pounds on your shoulders, we're going to show you what that can do to that disc.
Yep. Yes, we are. All right,
All
let's
right,
get our
Bob.
tools together. There you go, sir.
So the disc is between the vertebra. A lot of you will probably be aware of this, but we want to avoid damaging the disc. It's something that's going to really take the spring out of your weightlifting if once you get a disc problem. All right, so this would be L5, L4, the lowest two.
L5, L4, those two.
All right. Now when you get to that posterior tilt part of the lift, this is what's going on. Your low back will start to bend forward like this. And if you got a good healthy back, a good healthy disc, that's okay. But let's say you do this butt wink for years on end, 3, 4 years, and you continue to do it. And as you do it, your back starts to hurt a little bit. And what may be happening is the tissues on your disc, it's called the annular
pulposus. Yeah.
I got to get that speech therapist, Bob. But it can start to weaken over time. And over time with excess stress, it may weaken even a little bit faster. And that's where you can get this to happen. And it may happen when that one lift, or it may happen when you bend over to pick up a Kleenex. It's been weakened so much over time that
believe me, a butt wink is putting your back into the position where this can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It just increases the risk. There are people who are going to lift with a butt wink their whole life and not have a problem. But more than likely, if you do it over time, I'm talking over 10, 20 years, I have a feeling you're going to have some back problems.
It literally becomes the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's interesting. I remember one time, Brad, it was a Viking, one of the Viking football players. You know about them, right?
They have a football team?
Anyway, he was a big, strong guy, and he was scraping the ice off his car, and his back went out.
Sure.
And now I can guarantee you that's what happened to him. He was doing something that weakened the disc, and then it put himself in a position, and then you're bending and twisting when you're scraping your car, and it went out.
It wasn't the car activity.
It wasn't the car activity that did it.
It was
the years of probably squatting, maybe squatting or lifting incorrectly.
Right.
It certainly did not help.
Exactly.
So
let's talk about, again, let's review what they should avoid so they do not get the butt wink. And I know there's going to be lifters out there that are serious lifters, bodybuilders, and they're not going to agree with this, but we're talking from a biomechanical standpoint on...
Well, we're talking about from an injury standpoint.
Exactly.
You know, it's not going to do you any good to strengthen your muscles all the way through the range if you can't do anything later on because you get injured.
We're talking about in your 40s and 50s, because we're in our 50s and we know what we did to our bodies earlier.
It may not take that long either. You may get it a lot earlier than that. If
you want to hold this along my femur? Just line that up on my femur, and if I'm doing my squat, and I'm coming down, and you want to get that full range of motion all the way down. Are we past parallel yet, Bob?
Yeah, way past.
I'm butt winking right now, and I got a back issue, and right now it does not feel good because it's getting excess strain. And yeah, you're going to strengthen those muscles in that range more, but is it functional?
Yeah, you're going to pay a price.
Do you need to have strength in that range of motion?
Right. Right. There's not too many times in life where you need to get down.
You know, if you're an athlete and they're telling you to do it because it's going to make you better in the sport, I guess that's one thing you may want to sacrifice some health down the road. But if you're just a recreational weightlifter, I urge you to reconsider the butt wink and do it not so far down. Save your back.
And remember, Brad, we can fix just about anything.
Oh yeah, but
a broken heart.
Exactly. So
but a wink. There we go. It's up there.
You're killing me, Bob.
All right. Thanks for watching.